All right, so we're recording. This is Peaked in College. This is episode, help me out, Craig, help me out. Episode
14.
14. The big 1-4, Stephon Diggs. Uh, Shout out episode 14, Peaked in College. We had a good recurring guest on today. We got Josh McInerney. Thanks for coming on. I know you're a busy guy. Am I pronouncing your last name right, by the way? I probably should ask that.
Yeah, close enough. Plus, I don't want to get doxxed anyway.
How do you pronounce it?
McInerney.
That's what I said.
Oh, yeah. No, I said it was close enough. Close enough. It was good. I thought it was fine.
Close enough implies that it's not correct.
Yeah.
That's true. My bad. You're doing a good job.
Okay.
Wood.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. Josh McInerney, special guest on. He's a recurring guest. I think this is like the fourth episode you've been on?
It depends how many of those March Madness episodes you count. so I think it's the this is the third actually.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot that's like a 3-part series. Yeah. Okay. Well, welcome back on, Craig. Good to see you too. We saw each other, bumped into each other at relays. Quite literally bumped into each other. I mean, there was no place to even walk. You had to just bump into everybody. Yeah, it was a complete zoo. Every single person in the area has COVID now, and just spread it throughout the whole country. So if there's a new peak in the land, it's from Des Moines, Iowa during relays.
Yeah. Did you test? Do you have it?
No, I've been pretty asymptomatic.
Nice.
Wait, let's just get right into it. Like, how was relays? Because I was talking to some of my buddies, and like I wanted to go back, I couldn't because of work and like school related stuff. But like I thought it would be crazy because like it's the first one since like COVID really happened. Was there like there's a lot of people there, I assume, like that more so than usual, right?
Yeah, there was so many people. Like I think they're just like excited to get back into it because it was kind of not a thing for the past couple of years. So it was jam packed. Like the tent was so packed. When I got back, we got like an email saying like you might have been exposed or whatever. So I took one of those home tests. I don't know how reliable those are, but mine was negative. I don't know.
Nice.
And what about you, Craig? You got it? You got the vid?
I don't know. I had a really bad cold. I got it like Saturday night, I feel like. And then so I was pretty sick like Monday, Tuesday. I lost my voice. And throughout the week we kept testing, Sophia and me, and she was going to fly out on Friday for her sister's graduation. We had done 7 tests combined between the two of us, all of them negative. Friday morning, I was going to drop her off at the airport, and she tested positive.
Sounds like a waste of resources, if you ask me.
Yeah.
7
so,
tests.
But I mean, there was going to be grandparents and stuff. So like she was, that's why she, wanted to be safe. So she had it, and I think she still has it. And I just haven't taken another test because I kind of figured that I have it. But like, I've been feeling fine like since then. It's just that my worst was right after, and I know I didn't have it then. So I'm guessing I have it, but.
Hey, I'm glad you both are doing okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this while you're talking. It sparked my brain. If you had to do an event at Drake Relays, like you had to participate and run in an event or would do some sort of track or field event, or you had to be the Relays concert, which one do you think you would do worse at?
Wait, what was the second one?
You have to be like the performer at the Relays concert.
Hey, can I give a shout out real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I gotta respect the board of getting a concert person. Like Little Yachty, I was talking to someone. This was kind of ironic because I talked to someone the other day about it. Little Yachty was a big get. I gotta tip my cap to that because that was like a huge get at the time. But I'd rather do an event. Like I can't sing worth for shit.
Same.
Do you have any sort of talent, Josh, that you could get up and do, like yo-yos or anything like that you can impress the crowd?
Nah, probably not. Honestly, like impress it as much as like a performing artist. No.
I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to pull up.
I feel like I could give like a diatribe on some like current event, but like that would probably captivate the crowd because I could explain it in a way that'd be way more entertaining than like your standard like host on a local news would that are boring as hell.
See, I think you would be best at like being one of the Bucksbaum lecturers. Just getting up there and just filibustering for a couple hours. Just talking.
I don't mean this in like an arrogant sort of way. I could be way better than the Bucksbaum lectures. Except Bill Nye, he wasn't bad. Bill Nye wasn't bad.
Bill Nye was fun, yeah.
But the thing about Bill Nye is you got weird people from the public trying to like get him in gotchas, like not necessarily like the like this. They're just trying to stump him. Like, dude, it's Bill Nye, and he just let him talk. Come on.
Yeah. All right, check this out. This is what I was doing when I was trying not to be rude.
That's man.
Bill Yachty. Shout
That's
out Zach.
crazy.
Shout out
That's
Zach
really
Law
cool.
too. But
And
yeah,
Zach Law, yeah.
I
Saw
got
him
to
at the
meet Lil
10.
Yachty, so that was kind of cool. But
Wait, so what event would you? I would run the mile just because I hate running the mile and I would want to do something hard that I don't like doing.
look at you, just challenging yourself every single day. Craig, what about you?
Probably just run the 40. Like,
They don't
if,
have
if,
a 40. It's track and field, dude.
Yeah,
Hey,
they
what-
have to have a
what's the
40-yard
100?
dash, Craig. It's not the NFL Combine.
sorry. What's the shortest one that they do? 100?
100, yeah.
100 meters? That's what I would do. Yeah.
Okay.
That or the high jump, or triple. I guess triple jump, honestly, would probably be what I'm best at if I train a little bit. But I mean, those days are behind me.
I feel like you both have good leaping ability. I don't think either of you are like track fast though.
No,
You're like
we
you guys are like
yeah,
gazelle
no.
fast. You're gazelle fast.
Yeah, 100. Like, I don't know. I feel like top speed 100 meters like is I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know if you could get up to top speed quick enough for that.
I mean, not like DK Metcalf, but like.
I think you're more of a 400 meter dash.
Wait, how many
Yeah, maybe
days?
400.
How many days were you guys there?
I flew in on Monday. I saw every event and left Sunday afternoon. No, I'm just
You were
playing.
there
I got
for
in.
a week?
I got in Friday night and then left like Sunday during the day.
Wait,
I was-
Monday? Wait, how many days were you there? 5?
I was just there for the weekend.
Oh, I thought you said Monday.
I did. I was just playing. I just went to party pretty much.
Because I know some people who like want to do that. I'm like, guys, you're like 25. Like, you got to grow up, get a job. Like, come on, dude. Like, have some drive in your life, not to go back and just stand in a parking lot and like, you know what I mean?
Well, you got to wait until Craig answers. He might have been there every day of the week.
Craig, how many days were you there?
I got in Thursday night at like midnight.
That's
Okay.
fine. That's acceptable.
That's acceptable. Long weekend.
Yeah. And did a half day on Friday. So
Craig, you don't have to answer this question, but like, do you have a relative who goes to Drake right now?
yeah, my brother goes there, but
Okay, go ahead.
he's in Spain right now. He's studying abroad. So
Oh, okay, good for him. Good. Is he having fun, or like is these last 2 years been crazy for him?
yeah, he likes it. I mean, I think it's not the same experience.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's having a good time. I think it's a lot harder to travel between countries just with COVID and stuff. But
And he hasn't even got to experience his like first relays.
right, exactly. So he'll be a senior next year. So I'll probably go back and hang out with him a little bit. But so I get another year of not getting made fun of because I have an excuse to go back.
Okay, speaking of traveling, we're gonna push top 3 up a little earlier today.
Okay, but thanks for asking. I would throw javelin if I had to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can throw it for like a football, we'll see how that goes. But
Oh, that's
I'm
cool.
just kidding. No, I was gonna say javelin or shot put. You could just do it and lead and bounce. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just real quick, like it is what it is. Like I don't have to perform well. I just chuck it and leave.
Okay, I was wondering because like I'm thinking about I haven't taken a vacation in a while, like since probably like 2018 or 2017. I'm thinking about going places, but I don't know where to go. So I want to know your guys' like top 3 places to go that like you haven't been to, or maybe that you'd recommend me in the United States. And then, okay, I'm just curious to hear your answers on that.
Okay, that's a good question. So you're
So
just trying
top
to
3
say
places for Josh to vacation. That's our top 3 today.
Yeah, or no, just like that you recommend to someone. It doesn't have to just be for me.
Okay.
I would say I think I know you just said don't recommend for you, but I think you would like going out west to some of the national parks and doing like some hikes there and camping out or doing something like that. I think you would enjoy that.
Are you a Utah guy?
I've been to Utah. Yeah, it was real pretty. Yeah, I went to Colorado, Utah, Grand Canyon, Arizona.
I went to Colorado Springs. I don't know if I've told this story, but I went for a Colorado Springs for a wedding. Have you been to Colorado Springs at least?
No.
Pikes Peak. That's
No.
a really cool area, but like it's everyone and their dog is there.
Yeah.
That's what the issue is.
It's
And like
so
I
busy.
hate crowded places. And it's just I don't know. It's just
So you'd want to go to you wouldn't want to go to like Zion or Grand Canyon or something. Those are busy, like more touristy national
yeah,
parks.
I feel like you'd want if you're going to nature stuff, this is my personal opinion, that you want to go to like hidden gems that like not a lot of people know about and it's not as crowded.
Acadia and Maine would be my number 1.
Have you
Maine?
been there?
Yeah, it's dope.
Because
I've been
like
to
I
Maine.
think what I'm thinking about doing is is going to Boston. I don't know if you've been to Boston,
Yeah, I love Boston.
but and then maybe taking a one day trip to either go up to like Concord, New Hampshire, or you like Arcadia's way. It's like that's like mid.
It's
Maine.
Maine.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's way up in Maine. But I think that'd be fun. It doesn't have to be 3 things. I was just curious on seeing what you guys recommended.
Are you a history nut? Like you might like Lexington and Concord. There's a bunch of
No,
like.
I am. No, that's
history
kind of why I
stuff.
wanted to go up there, see Freedom Hall, all the Boston Harbor stuff.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what else they have? Like Boston Commons, you can go to Harvard.
Walden Pond. I skinny dipped in Walden Pond.
When I went to Maine, I went on a mission trip and we flew into Boston and then drove from Boston to Orland, Maine. It was like an 8-hour van ride from
Wow.
Boston to Maine. So I didn't like see Boston, but it just seems like a busy like city to me and not really like my kind of cup of tea. But I've been to like DC. I mean, if you like history, that's a cool spot. But I didn't really think that you'd be like a big like Florida with your Speedo getting a tan kind of guy.
See, I don't mind Florida. Have you ever either of you went to Daytona Beach?
I have not been to the Daytona Beach. I don't
Do you know
think.
what Daytona Beach is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. I went there. Okay, so this was back in the November. We were in Orlando, me and my parents, and we drove over to Daytona Beach because I was like, I want to go to the beach or something. And I wasn't gonna get in the water, obviously, but like, my definition of Daytona Beach in the dictionary would be sleazy. It is the sleaziest place I've ever seen.
Why didn't you want to get in the water? There's just STDs floating around or what?
No, it was cold. It wasn't warm enough. It was like super cold that day. It was like 65 degrees. I wasn't getting in the water.
Sure.
It was cold for Florida, but like, I just don't know how like a bunch of college students could shack up. I mean, I can get why, like, don't get me wrong, but like those hotels have seen better days.
I think it's probably just because of like the cost. Like it can't be that
It's cheap.
expensive.
Yeah.
And that you can drink on the beach. Like some places don't allow that.
But like, like that Daytona Speedway, I didn't realize how big those NASCAR
huge.
places are. That's like basically the Taj Mahal of America.
People camp out there and like, yeah,
That's the
those are
redneck
huge
Taj
events.
Mahal.
That's the redneck Taj Mahal. You're right. I just thought it was crazy. But wait, have either of you been to the Northwest? Because that's a place people are telling me to go to.
No, I was about to
Oregon.
say you should try to go to like Oregon or Washington, like somewhere like that. That would be dope.
I was actually in Oregon in October.
Dang.
But no, the reason I say that is, wait, where did you go at? Either both of you been to Oregon?
I've never been.
I've never been.
Okay, so I went to Portland, and like Portland, it's like it has a lot of potential. I just didn't like it because I was there for a conference, and I feel like if you're going to a state like that, like Oregon or Washington, you want to be in the city for like 1 or 2 days, and then you want to go out and do the nature stuff or go to the coast. But like the problem is like I was just trapped at a conference, and then like Portland's like you guys know what like neighborhood blight means? You know, if I say that, it's like basically properties that are out of compliance and then they're like dilapidated, run down. Portland's got like the per capita of that in Portland is very, very high. I don't know if you guys know I don't want to offend anyone from Portland who's listening.
See, that's why I would go out there and just try to hit the nature spots, like see some waterfalls, do some hikes.
You'd like Asheville, North Carolina.
Mm.
Good beer, beautiful.
Josh is a big beer guy, though.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff.
He's a
there,
big.
though.
I mean,
big
North
grocery
Carolina's
store guy.
North Carolina is an S tier state in my opinion. I don't know if you guys are familiar with tier rankings, but it's an S tier. You guys don't know what the tier ranking system is?
No, I never heard of
Not
that.
for states, no.
Oh my god!
Give us a
S-tier,
buck bomb
A-tier,
lecture on your tier
It's like
states.
a meme template.
Is it alphabetical? So like S is way down.
No, S is top of the line, and then it's A, B, C, D.
That doesn't
Like-
make any sense.
Oh, you guys are getting old, man. Oh my god. You need to look at just after this, Google like tier ranking system. But S is like it's like you know how they have like gold, silver, bronze, and then like platinum was like really high. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Platinum's like S tier in this case, but I think North Carolina is a great state because it's not too you're always in a warm climate, but it's not like it doesn't get scorching
Moderate.
hot like it does in Arizona.
Yeah, I would live in one of the Carolinas for sure. One of my buddies, Joe Klosowski, lives in like North Carolina. Now he lives in Wisconsin, but his parents live in North Carolina, and
How is he doing?
he's good. Yeah, I went to visit him in North Carolina last year, and it is nice there. Like we ran into some bad weather, but I mean it's pretty much like relatively nice all year, And then summers are super nice. Like you're close to the beach if you live on the coast.
If Joe's listening, I don't know if he is, but I got to offer him an apology.
Why? What did you do?
Okay, so for some reason, whenever like I butt dialed somebody, he was always the person I butt dialed for some reason. This was like back when I was like a junior in college. And I probably butt dialed him like 20 times, and it was like the most random times of the day. And he probably like, why is this dude calling me at like 3 in the morning or
Oh
something like
no.
that? I
You're
don't know if
trying
he actually remember that, but like I never texted him and said, oh, I accidentally called you or something. I just
you just let it go?
yeah, just no, I hung up, but I just never like gave him context.
I know. So he just got missed. Like even if it rings once, or even if it doesn't ring, it still like gives him like a missed
It
call
gave him
notification.
he got the notification that I called him,
and
I
you
never.
just didn't apologize or anything until
You
just
didn't
now.
text him?
Yeah, I didn't text him.
That's scummy, dude. That's scummy.
It is scummy. It is scummy.
That's not S tier. That's not S tier.
That's not
It's
S
not
tier.
that's a D tier.
You were butt dialing Joe Klosowski and trying to slide in his DMs or what?
He probably he thought I was probably doing
Yeah,
something.
you were booty calling him at 2 in the morning,
Yeah,
and then you wussed out, so you hung up right away.
That is true. That is true. But
I probably heard our intramural team dynamics, dude. He was uncomfortable to be on the squad with you.
yeah, psychological safety was lacking.
Yeah.
It was definitely lacking. Hey, speaking of intramurals, like, do they? I hope no one from Drake listens to it, but like, the intramural program has gone downhill.
Why?
That's right.
Just because the legends are gone, or what?
Yeah, the legends are gone, but like, I feel like kids younger coming up, like, I don't know. I just don't think it's like as that's not something the younger generation does, is just like play sport. I feel like sports are very, very alienating from an early age now on. It's not really, you're either good and you quit, or you're either good and you play all the way through high school, or you quit early. I don't think there's really just playing for fun anymore aspect.
Yeah. Well, I also feel like too, like COVID made that harder where,
True.
if you're not trying like, and I also feel like if you weren't playing intramurals like freshman, sophomore year, like you're not just going to randomly start doing it junior year with like your dorm friends. Like,
yeah.
But
That's
also
kinda
shout
sad.
out Jacob Horsted. Horse. I just always call him Horse. We bumped into him at Relays. He was talking about the show. So shout out Horse.
Shout out Horace. Thanks for listening, bro. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Damn, he gave a shout out to the show.
He bumped into us and was like, "Bro, I listened to every episode," and I was like, "Dang, thanks, Horace."
Yeah, we might have to have him on.
Yeah,
Dude, you're gonna have to get it. Like, if someone shouts out and you don't bring it up, you have to get him on. He's got to be on next episode.
Yeah, we got to get Horace on soon for sure.
We'll reach out to his agents. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is crazy. I forgot about that dude. That dude was what was it? Was he on the Gray? He was on the Gray Squad.
He did a
wasn't
great
he?
squad, yeah.
Gray squad, yeah.
We played him
he
too
was
in intramural basketball, I think in co-ed, right, David? His team was pretty good.
Yeah, I think we spanked him, and then I played beer league softball with him too once. So,
Oh yeah,
he's got to hit the cages, Horse. But yeah, great guy. I think he's graduating from pharmacy school this weekend. So shout out Horse.
shout out
Yeah.
Horse.
You have to get him on.
Peaked in college.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
peaking in
okay,
college.
I get it. Okay, you know how we were talking about haircuts before we jumped on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when someone is cutting your hair, and David just got one, I had to get one for graduation. When you're getting a haircut, like, what is your level of conversation with the person cutting your hair? What's your philosophy?
That's a good question. I was going to get into that too, because I've always gone to Great Clips, and it's kind of like the dentist office for me. Like, I want to get in, get out. I don't want to talk. I don't want to small talk. I don't want to have to deal with that. Like, so the people that just go in and cut it quick and we just don't say a word, those are my favorite haircuts. However, for the first time in my life, I went to like a real barber. I guess if you count Dave the barber at Drake, then it's the second barber I've been to, but he only gives like one haircut, like cookie cutter haircuts. But anyways, I went to this barber and like we were chopping it up, just like talking the whole time. He was super like interesting. So I mean, it just kind of depends on who's cutting your hair, I guess. But
Craig?
I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I haven't really found someone in Chicago that I love, but in Louisville, like I had a person that I normally booked with, and like she'd ask me about my dog. She had a garden and like bees, and so we'd talk about that, and then like, kind of chit chat about that, and then we were done. Nothing too painful. I learned about people doing good things for the planet. It was refreshing and rewarding, and then that was kind of a good amount to dive into.
your barber was a beekeeper on the weekends, or what?
Yeah, she kept bees. It was pretty cool. She had some fun stories.
But I would say, to answer your question, Josh, I default to I don't want to say a word throughout my whole haircut.
I feel like my experiences are all we either talk the whole time or we don't say a word to each other. And this is the crux of my issue is when you go back and have the same person and they don't really remember you, but I remember them, and then we talk about the same thing every time. You know what I mean? Like I've heard the story about this for the third time this year. I need a new story, new material. Come on, please.
That's what I liked about my barber in Louisville was like she would take notes. Like either she was brilliant or like she would take notes afterwards, and like she knew my dog's name and like kind of knew what was going on in my life.
It sounds like was this a never mind.
well, Josh, I feel like you need to then be saying things that you remember so that she can say new stories and be like, okay, this guy remembers like what we talked about, like, and then she'll like maybe like move on to different topics.
True, but
otherwise
how philosophical can I get in 15 minutes?
She probably recycles the same material over and over with every single person. Where are you from? What are you getting a haircut for? Any special occasion?
Speaking of, okay, so like I went with this last Saturday morning. There's a bunch of little kids there, and they're like telling this. They were telling like this lady. They were talking about, yeah, I built this like diamond pickaxe in Minecraft, and I'm thinking that this lady has no idea what this kid's talking about. That would be pure hell listening to these little kids talk about like just you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just not understanding anything about pretending like you do. Like, wow, that's cool, buddy. That's really cool.
Yeah, that'd be.
Where do you go get haircuts?
I get it. Okay, I get it at like this is gonna sound like 40-year-old dadish, but like I get it at like a Sports Clips, not because it's the sports thing, but just because like that's where it was close when I lived in my other town. It was like a 1-minute drive, so I just went there.
I have a conspiracy that you like Sports Clips because you like to get your head massaged at the end.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's your guilty pleasure, bro. You like to dip your head back right into that little tub.
One time, okay, speaking of that, I did do that the very first time because it was free. And like, I think I had like a migraine word afterwards because it was like, they were like piercing into my temples.
It's supposed
to
be
liked
relaxing.
it. You liked it.
You're just no, I didn't. But here's something you don't want to hear at a haircut too. So they know how they keep records, right?
Yeah.
Okay, or are they like you're like who the last person did or yada yada yada.
Yeah, what you asked.
I went there and there's like, oh, I saw so and so did your haircut last time. And then like did she do all right? And I'm like, yeah, I was fine. And then she's like, oh, we let her go because like she was a trial person and like she just like no pun intended didn't make the cut. Like, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, damn, I let some lady who was not like couldn't even make it as Sports Clips cut my hair, and like I tipped her like $5 or whatever. I was like, oh my god.
Well, what do you guys tip?
It depends. At Great Clips, I'm always defaulting to $5.
I do whatever round. So if it costs $22, I would do I'd pay 25.
Okay. So not round of the nearest 5.
He keeps the checkbook balanced. I like
if it's 24.
What?
If it's 24?
I would do additional 3. Not to be like if it's 20. Well, hey, here's the deal. If it was 24, I wouldn't be getting a haircut there in the first place.
How much is a Sports Clip haircut these days?
It was like $22. I'm like, what am I like? It cost 15 minutes of work.
I went to a real barber.
Granted, that I don't mind paying that. That's basically what it's always been, $20.
I went to a barber and it was $30 for the cut, and I tipped 10. It was $40.
$40?
Yeah, because it's like
David
a nice
graduates.
place. Like it's a nice place. They do like a nice, like they take their time. They faded me up real nice, and like there's TVs you can watch basketball or just like hanging out. It's.
Can we get the 360 view, David?
I don't know if I can do 360, but you like that?
Oh,
like that fade?
Yeah, that's worth $30, $40.
That's a clean fade, boys.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I did not get the shampoo at the end like Josh though. What if you were like the lady heard you talking trash about her and then she just like grabbed you and drowned your head in the little shampoo box?
Then I'd be dead and wouldn't have to worry about anything.
So you mentioned you got a haircut for graduation. Are you graduating this spring?
Yeah, so I'm basically done already, but like this is my official like my first year I took 37 credit or first 3 semesters I took 37 credits. And then this last year I took 6 credits. And so that's just the way my program was designed, and now I'm done basically.
Are you walking somewhere like across the stage and
yeah, well, it's like at KU it's like you walk down the hill
into the football stadium?
Yeah, to the football stadium. That's like the vernacular.
Okay, there's probably more fans at the graduations than the football games, huh?
Yeah, no, honestly, or more people or not more people but yeah, there's probably, yeah, like honestly, yeah, probably.
Well, congratulations, buddy.
Thanks.
Congrats.
Thanks.
That's exciting. You've been in school a long ass time. Jeez.
Not really. I took a gap year. Because the reason I took a gap year, and get this, this is how corrupt the system is. So I'm in Iowa, right? Or I know David didn't graduate in 2019 because he was in pharmacy school, but I graduated in 2019. If I go to school in Kansas the next year, the subsequent year, I have to pay out of state tuition, even though I was from there, been there my whole life in Kansas. It was just I was going to college in another state. I took a gap year and I saved about I paid for my whole schooling post grad cost like 15K and I paid it all out of pocket because I saved up money. If I didn't pay that, it would have cost like 60K.
Dang.
Just because I lived an additional year in Kansas. Isn't that crazy?
That is
Because you had to
crazy.
establish like residency or
Yeah,
whatever.
established residency, but like my parents always lived there. My technical residence, my voting residence was in Kansas. And that's just crazy how I can move in across an imaginary line and save all that money.
That is pretty ridiculous. And then it puts you back a year. Like maybe the gap year was nice for you, but like put you back a year. Did you work like for that year?
Yeah, I
Save
worked.
up?
I worked. I got stories that I couldn't even share on this, but like crazy stuff.
Let's go ahead.
But
Were you
I
working at
guess
like a
my
strip
thing
club or
is like
something?
what?
Were you working at like a strip club or something?
No.
Yeah, he was the bathroom
I was working
janitor.
at a bank, but just I learned honestly, like, and you learn way more working like an average job than you do in your 4 years of college. Just how people operate, like it just because I feel like oftentimes our generation and the older generation loses like gets out of touch with what each other are thinking basically. So like 40-year-olds don't know how like 20-year-olds operate at all, and then 20-year-olds don't know how 40-year-olds operate at all. And getting that like seeing both sides of that and like was like pretty eye-opening to me. Like just getting acquainted to how people operate and like how like people don't live as like I don't know. I would say it politely on here. I don't really want to I don't know how to explain it.
You don't have to say
No,
it
it's a good
if you
point.
don't want to. Say what you want. Say what you feel.
I guess my point is like we all grew up with like parents with pretty good jobs and stuff like that, and the people I were working with didn't necessarily have that like lifestyle, or they were barely living paycheck to paycheck, and so it was like kind of eye opening for me to see, and like gave me a new kind of perspective on life. So that's what the good came out of it was. It gave me a better perspective.
That's for sure. Like especially when you go to Drake, you're like surrounded by people that are obviously pretty fortunate for the most part. Like, and then you go work at a job, and it's like these people are not like cut from the same cloth. Like, they've like been grinding like their whole life at different jobs, just trying to like you said, living paycheck to paycheck. And it does like help you realize that like we are lucky to have like the upbringings that we had.
I'll tell a quick story because I know this guy will never like stumble across this, but I worked with a guy like his wife like died of cancer when like she like and they had a really young son, like maybe 1 or 2 years old. And this guy, like single dad, just basically like all he did was like work like 60 hours a week to like raise his kid through 18. And now his like kid's gonna be a doctor. But I'm just like thinking like, damn, like I'm making all these excuses why I can't wake up early. And like this guy's like busting his ass and like providing for his son. And he never like got properly compensated for his job. Always and like I didn't make very much and he made less than me and he was there for 20 years, which is crazy. But just people getting taken advantage of and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I gave me a new perspective because I think upper management oftentimes in organizations loses sight what the people actually doing the work are definitely doing.
Oh, definitely. I don't disagree with that at all. That's kind of makes me think. What's the worst jobs that you guys have ever had?
Oh, go ahead, Craig.
I worked at a sprinkler company for summer. That I was not great at it, but I mean, kind of similar thing. You know, learned a lot. That's probably my least favorite job I ever had. I mean, by far. I also my favorite job. I mean, I guess I like my job that I do now, but like kind of my fun summer job for a couple summers was coaching tennis. That was awesome. Got paid to get a tan all day and like play with sports with kids. That was awesome.
Did you get a tan at your sprinkler job?
Yeah, I guess I kind of did them like I alternated between the two. So the days I wasn't coaching, I'd do like sprinkler stuff. And that was really interesting too, like learning how sprinklers work and, you know, trying to fix things. Cause I wasn't raised to be like, how to fix things and how to build things. So that was kind of a good experience for me. I'm so bad at that stuff. So
I'm not
and
handy at all.
yeah, I really appreciate like people who are so good at that stuff now, like simple machines. It's really interesting stuff.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like that's that bad of a job. What were the bad parts about it? Did you get like physically abused by your boss or
No,
what?
I mean it was hard. It was hard labor. Like, I mean, it was nice because you're outside, but like some days it was rainy. That sucked. There were long days, a lot of time in the car driving to place to place. Yeah, I mean, just like digging most of the day.
I could not imagine being one of those, like your job is like like when a water pipe bursts in a street and then they have to tear up the street and then like dig up the pipe and then put the pipe back in. I don't think I would be ever mentally strong enough to do that job.
Yeah, that does not sound fun at all.
And you only get paid like 18 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of
Yeah.
those manual labor jobs are just so like, even after like I was in really good shape like when I was in high school and stuff, and even like a lot stronger than I am now, and I'm pretty weak, but like I was like in good physical form, and like manual labor jobs are just tough on you.
Yeah, they do take a lot out of you, but I think it builds character.
Yeah, for sure. I know you'd say
Getting
that.
getting your hands dirty, I feel like it's good for you. At least like for a little bit. If you end up doing like an office job later in life, it's good to have like that experience of manual labor. And that way you like respect those that do it. Otherwise you just never have that perspective.
I
Yeah.
worked a job where like like softball fields where they chalk them and harrow and drag and all that stuff. I did that and it just furthered my hatred for softball.
Like for like a
Like
like
big league softball games. Like how when you play those and you get
you work
the guys who get the field ready before the games, that was me.
you work for like a Parks and Rec or what?
Yeah, it was the recreation center. And like I just remember whenever it rained out and like they like okay, so when the games didn't get rained out, we had to pour a bunch of like dirt on the field and then like rake it so where like it dried up the field. It was all like quick dry.
Yeah.
And it just like I got so dirty where I started like wearing gloves. It was like it was it was a fun job because like I got to work with people I liked, but I just remember like the amount of like how dirty I got in the job I didn't like.
You don't like getting dirty. You like to keep yourself nice and pristine and clean.
Well, I don't mind like sweating, but it's just like when I have like dirt on my face and then like I'm weed eating and I like have like grass stains all over me. It looks like I like crawled in a field for like 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
But
good point. I was
you,
a
David?
janitor. I was a janitor for a couple of years. Just like during the week, I would go to this office building and I would do two separate jobs. I would do the vacuuming or I would clean bathrooms. And it would alternate between which ones I would do. So there were 6 bathrooms in this office building that I would clean, and it was disgusting. Like it's an office with different like little small businesses in there, but the bathrooms were so filthy. It looked like an amusement park bathroom or something, or like a bar bathroom. Like it was unbelievable. Like how these people that work at like established jobs, they probably come into work with like a suit and they just have like explosive diarrhea or something. Like I don't really understand how those go together, but
Greasy
I mean,
lunch food.
yeah, greasy lunch food or something, going to get takeout and coming back. And so that job was not pretty. Dealing with that, having to mop the floors, having to clean the toilets, scrub the counters, change out the paper towels, change out the toilet papers. That was not a glorious job. And then the vacuuming pissed me off because normally vacuuming like isn't bad. Obviously, we know that, but the cord to the vacuum was short, and it was like super kinked. So as I would like go around corners and stuff, it would get caught on every desk, and I'd have to like whip it up around, and I'd have to like go back and grab it and pull it around. I'd have to unplug it and plug it into a new outlet all the time because it was really short. So that was like a micro dirty job situation.
yeah, dirty job. Yeah, that's crazy.
Builds
Yeah.
character.
Wait.
Then
One question about that. And hey, I only got like 12 minutes because my computer's about dead and I forgot my charger at work.
okay.
But hey, wait, whose bathrooms like let's say on an average day, whose bathrooms were what bathroom identification was dirtier, the men's bathroom or women's bathroom, in your opinion?
Women's 100% the
Oh,
women's
thank you,
focus.
thank you. It was all, I remember I had to clean like the bathrooms for when they had tournaments and like the men's bathroom like it was kind of honestly like sparingly, it looked like it was sparingly used, but the women's bathroom, like I kid you not, like if they dropped trash on the floor, there was not a second thought about picking it up.
Yeah, there was wear and tear in those bathrooms for sure. Like That's my thing. Ever since I was a janitor too, if I like go into a bathroom now and there's like
Oh, I
paper
pick
towel
up
or
trash
whatever on the
like no
ground, I
other.
just like grab it all
It's
and throw it in the
integrity.
garbage. Like, yeah, it builds character. Manual labor builds character.
Which stall number, like the first, second, third, or fourth, was the dirtiest? Was there any?
Always handicap.
Okay.
Because those are the scumbags that go in there, and they spread eagle in there. And sometimes there would be like stuff on the wall, stuff in the corner. Like
It was never that bad.
it was unbelievable. This is an office like with the tax companies and stuff. It was unbelievable. It's like I worked at like a colonoscopy center or something. I couldn't believe it.
That's funny.
And then I had another job. It was a summer job after freshman year of college where I worked at a tent company. So we would like to set up like rentals things like
Dude, that job. Oh,
rental tents and chairs and tables, like that stuff. That was heavy stuff. That was probably like the strongest I've ever been, like carrying like 20 chairs at once. We would always like have competitions of who could carry the most chairs. We were like a U-Haul business too, so we drove around like massive U-Hauls. That and like those things. I think that's a good like acquired skill though, being able to drive like a big U-Haul, being
Yeah,
comfortable
that's
with
useful.
that.
I remember at my job, I had to drive with a trailer, and like my boss thought it was crazy. I could not like reverse a trailer and park, like parallel park with the trailer. I'm like, dude, I can barely parallel park I said with a car. How am I supposed to do it with the trailer? He's like, whoa, you'll jackknife it. This dude, I love this dude to death though. But yeah,
that's actually really hard. Like when you're trying to like back up a boat or something, when like a truck and you have a boat in a trailer, you're trying to like back it into the lake. That's way harder than it looks.
I know it's hard, but he was shocked that I couldn't even proficiently do it.
I couldn't do it. There's
I
no
couldn't
way.
either.
That's
I couldn't
hard.
do it either. Or like what I meant by I couldn't even do it. And he's like, "You're 18 and you can't back in a trailer." That's what he said.
Yeah, I mean,
That comes back to your generational difference thing.
That's true. That's true. I should have understood that at the time.
that goes to show though. I think like me personally, I obviously have like some book smarts. Obviously, like we all do if we graduate with a degree or whatever. But I am like really deficient. I think with like street smarts and being able to like fix things and like do things around the house, like things like that. Fix my car if anything goes wrong. Like those are things that those are skills that I wish I had.
Yeah, I think the biggest skill you need in your life. I don't like this term, but like I call it lead people, or some people it's more the moniker is known as managing people. Like when you work a job, the amount of like internal politics and how to navigate that and how to get people like excited about working, that's like the best skill someone can have. Because like obviously like you guys are pretty smart guys and successful. You guys will be managers of your fields someday. And so on how to properly lead a organization to make it high performing is a skill not very many people have.
You mentioned this a couple times, like either the last time we recorded or something, but you mentioned like speaking of like efficiency and leading. What are your thoughts on like the policy of singing to people during their birthdays at restaurants?
Didn't I bring that up last time?
I think before we started recording,
I said, okay, we're at Texas Roadhouse, and I don't like it when they sing happy birthday and then it stalls all the waiters and waitresses. So people are like left without there's a bunch of food sitting there, a bunch of drinks, and we're waiting, and it's like they're blocking all the fire exits, and then it's just like I don't mind it, but it's like or like I don't mind it like if it's one or two people, okay. But then like Texas Road, it's either Texas Roadhouse or Longhorn, whatever one. Then they like on top of the hour, they all do to this dance, and I'm like, this is so what's the word? Corny, cliche, just like service. And
Well,
okay, first of all, a restaurant is not good when they make people wear shirts that say "I love my job." That screams our employees freaking hate working here. That's facts. Am I wrong?
well, it sounds like you've just never gotten that on that saddle on your birthday at Texas Roadhouse.
That is definitely true. I have not hopped on the saddle.
You haven't felt like that special little boy that gets to sit on that saddle while all the employees sing to you, and then maybe that's why you're so bitter about it. You're jealous.
When's your birthday, Josh? We're going. Book it.
February 6th. We got like 9 months.
February 6th, we'll go. We'll get some of those nice buns that they have, those rolls. Those things slap. We'll get some of those. We'll get you on that saddle. It'll be a good time.
I haven't been in like years. Like this is like foreign to me.
Oh, dude, you got to go. You got to go.
Whenever we were in high school, one of the last things I'll say, we were in high school and like we went on like we're eating at like a Buffalo Wild Wings after a game or something. We always told the people it was like so and so's birthday. Did you guys ever do that?
No, I'm
Yeah.
not a scumbag, dude.
Yeah.
You guys are
Dude,
scumbags.
and like they came out and saying happy birthday and got him like a manager or a trainer like a piece of cake and like I thought it was funny. Like making the team feel whole, you know?
Well, then now you're just this bitter old man that hates when they go out and sing to people and bring them desserts.
But here's the thing.
You're
When
the
it
reason that
derails
they're
the whole
bringing dessert.
operations of the restaurant, that's when I have an issue. Every server, every greeter, every waiter.
What about
Like,
the cooks? Do the cooks get out there too and start singing?
no, the cooks don't. The cooks are too sweaty. It's hot in
Yeah.
that kitchen.
Yeah, it is actually.
It is hot.
I will say I don't know if I could do the restaurant business. That would be tough.
Restaurant business it is tough because like you really don't have a social life because like your working hours, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like who knows what happens in that kitchen, let's be honest. And then like
I don't want to know.
the good thing is you do build a camaraderie with your coworkers. That's the best thing about it.
Yeah, because you all hate your job equally.
Yeah, so it builds a camaraderie, but like you don't get paid that well, and then you got to deal with like people who say, "Oh, I'm super," like they act like they're self-righteous, and then like they complain if their food's 5 minutes late. It's
Those
like
people
hypocrisy
suck. Those
101
people suck.
there.
Yeah, those people that complain at restaurants are the worst. Actually,
The
like
worst.
this isn't cooked exactly how I asked. Like, oh, this is late. This is a few minutes late. We waited forever. Like the place is busy.
I sat next
They're
to some
understaffed.
lady. I kid you not. This was like a month ago. Like I ordered my steak medium well, and this is medium. Just eat the steak, lady.
Yeah, dude, people
Like, how
complain
can you
a lot.
tell? You can't tell.
I'll,
We need
I
a
will.
thermometer in that.
No, the level of pinkness, dude. The
Also, you
amount
should
of
be eating.
Like,
You shouldn't be eating a steak
like
medium well.
this lady did not have. She could not tell the shades of pinkness like Picasso or Michelangelo could. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Like
and
this
like
lady
Craig
had
said,
like glasses. She couldn't tell. She was like 60.
yeah, medium well is serial killer mentality too. You got to get some more pink in there.
Yeah.
So if it comes out medium, that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, that's medium is what you should get.
I hope they went back and zapped it in the microwave for her and brought it back out.
No, it would have been funny if they didn't do anything. They just brought it back out and said, "Oh yeah, now it's good."
And she didn't say anything.
And she didn't say anything.
Yeah, she's like, "Thank you. This is
Thank you.
perfect." What are your guys' thoughts on steak sauce? You think that's an insult to the chef?
I've never thought of it that way, but that's a good way to put it.
It is. I heard my dad told me it's an insult. It might as well slap the chef right in the face.
At fancy places, I wouldn't get it, but like just grilling out with like a normal steak, I'd use it.
See, I think it's opposite. I don't really care like at a restaurant, like if you insult the chef, but like if my dad hands me a steak and then I like, where's the
Does
A1
your
at?
dad cook better
You'd
steak than like a fancy restaurant though?
You'd probably ground me, dude, if I asked him for the A1 after he dropped a steak on my plate, you know? So,
That's fair. Tom, I wouldn't want to mess with Tom Wood steaks.
Tom Wood does make some fire steaks, though. I will give him that. Yeah. So you don't really need the A1. But yeah, I've never been to like a nice steakhouse, I don't think, and gotten a real steak. So
Why is that? Why else would you go to a steakhouse?
I guess I'd like never been to a steakhouse. I mean, I like rarely, I guess. I mean, I don't really call like Texas Roadhouse a steakhouse, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, good. I wasn't calling it either. I didn't know. My bad. Like,
I'm not balling like that yet, dude. I can't just be going to steakhouses like every other day.
there's this guy. He's like, I'm not even. You guys want to get the context, but like, he was like, he wanted to like the city I live in to really bring in an Applebee's because like we'll garner so much revenue from taxes on that. And
My
I'm
brother,
like, dude,
my
go ahead.
brother was a waiter at Applebee's. That's like how my question kind of came up with the restaurant workers. That man was grinding at Applebee's like late nights. Like he would get no tips. Sometimes like people would have like family dinners and not tip anything. They would just leave. And like he said he was like a good waiter. I believe him. Like he's good like with people for the most part. And they would just like be the scummiest people. And I'm like, dude, you got to go work at like a Chili's or something better than Applebee's. I don't know.
Chili's is the same thing. It's reskinned.
I know I couldn't think of something quick. What like an Outback Steakhouse or something?
No, get out of the restaurant business. Get out.
Or non-chain
Lobster?
restaurant. Like there are nice restaurants where like
Yeah,
if people regularly tip, like you know, it can be I'm not like it still sucks, but like you can make better money than at Applebee's.
Cover your mouth when you cough.
Dude, no one's around me. You guys are 300 miles away from me.
We're in a pandemic. You got to just build up the good habits, dude.
True.
Okay, so you're graduating. That's exciting. Congratulations.
Thanks.
What else you guys got to chat about? How much back?
What should we end on? What should we end on?
I don't know. You already spoiled the top three earlier today. We did top three today with vacation spot.
We didn't even finish top three. Let's be honest. We just
Yeah.
kind of segued off of it.
We didn't do it in a very good order. So I'm wearing this baller shirt today, by the way. It's my grandpa's old shirt.
I
It's
do
got
like that.
That is
Martinis.
fire. Martinis.
That's in honor of the nice weather we've had. You know, I got a seltzer going right now. You know, it's nice weather. It's getting to that time of year. Except I will say, I hate to be a complainer, but it was maybe too hot today. We kind of
It's
skipped.
hot. It's like 90 where I'm at.
We skipped the transition from like winter to spring weather. It just went winter to summer.
I said to someone today. Go ahead, Craig.
I was gonna say it was 80 in Chicago today, and I've never been happier to wear pants and a sweatshirt outside and just be overly hot. It was so nice.
I told someone I'm ready for fall today.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, y'all suck.
Yeah, but the problem is my apartment has just like one of those wall units, those wall AC units. I don't
Oh.
have like central air, so it's like a sauna in my apartment. And then I turn it
That's
on.
fair.
I turn it on. It sounds like I'm standing behind a jet plane.
I haven't turned my like AC or heater on in like 3 months because I just to save money, and so like I just either I have like 3 fans just going.
And fans,
Yeah,
I mean, they just push air around. Like, yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, it's the circulation because like right now in my apartment there's like you could grab air and put it in your pocket. That's how little circulation there is.
Yeah, but fans, like Craig said, it just pushes around the hot air.
It creates circulation though. That's what I'm missing.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's fair. But yeah, okay. I'm a big fans guy too. I like having like white noise in the background, I guess. That's the problem
Wait,
with
you
my
sleep
AC.
with a fan on, right?
Yeah, I usually sleep with the fan on. Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. Good.
Otherwise, it's weird, like sleeping in like pure silence. It's kind of creepy, you know.
I just need something like I had a roommate in college where like he slept with like a little portable fan next to his head. What do you think of that?
I think if that's all you have, desperate times call for desperate measures. But
It
I would never
wasn't desperate
prefer
times
that.
for desperate measures. He's been doing that forever.
I
Oh,
sleep with a
that's
white
not-
noise machine.
Okay, what kind of noise do you like? Like
White
waves
noise.
crashing?
White
It's
noise.
just like, well, what is white? Like, what is white noise technically?
It's just literally like blank noise.
And Sophia likes that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
just
that's
like if
weird.
it just like if people are loud upstairs or downstairs or whatever, just blocks out sound. It sounds like a fan.
Last thing. Like there's this person above me and like they have like a baby, right? And like this baby wakes up at the oddest hours of the day and like of the night, I should say. And it seems like I didn't know babies like cry that much. It's like it could go on for 2 hours. It's crazy.
Yeah, babies cry for a long time.
I'm like 2 hours. I thought it was like in high school where they give you that baby after 45 minutes, you're good, you know?
No, they cry for like
No,
70%
it's
of the day. I
it's in
think.
perpetuity.
I live across the hall from a baby. It's not even across the hall. Like it's literally all the way down the hallway. But my walls are made of like paper mache, so I just hear this baby screaming all day long. That's all I hear ever. So I guess it's good. My AC unit is like as loud as like a jet engine. Kind of cancels it out.
True.
And I'll start blasting my TV to get over the crying baby, and that probably makes the baby scream even louder because my paper mache walls. Craig, how's the
Can y'all
dog?
hear my dog?
Yeah, is that why you're muting yourself? Or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah.
feel like I'm
Speaking
at
of
like
like
a-
random loud noises that are annoying.
I feel like I'm at like a mime show. I just see your mouth move.
David, but I got like 1% left. So end the show.
Squeeze it in. Squeeze it in.
This has been a long
End
12
the
minutes.
show on it grinds your gears. What's been grinding your gears?
Dude, that's tough. I actually didn't prepare. I was excited for this episode. I didn't prepare really any grinds my gears. Let's see. Dude, what's been pissing me off? What do you got? Do you got any grinds my gears? Oh no, he's gone. He's gone. His computer died. Oh no. His computer died.
What a guy. What a guy.
Craig, any grinds my gears for you to end it?
I was looking at my list. I don't have a grinds my gears this week, but I do have a follow up from last show.
Okay, what do you got?
Remember when we talked about my password?
Yes. Did you change them?
No. So I found out yesterday that all my there was a data leak and I need to change all my passwords. Like 70 passwords. Like how like iPhone keeps track of your passwords and stuff.
Yeah.
One of my accounts got like leaked in a data leak, so I have to go in and manually change all of my passwords.
Yeah, that sucks. That's for sure.
So,
Grinds my gears.
I'm blaming you. I think you leaked my password out to the public. So,
Dude,
you grinded my gears.
you shouldn't have talked about it on our podcast. We reach too many people in the United States and in the world that
Exactly.
it was gonna leak. It was bound to leak.
Oh,
That's tough.
yeah, it was a bad beat, but oh well, life goes on.
Okay. Here's my grinds my gears. I have it written down and I forgot about it. Sorry, Josh. Hopefully you're listening to this and you can enjoy this grinds my gears. It's a small one. People that say supper instead of dinner. That grinds my gears. That could be a dual segment type thing. Grinds my gears. Red flags. You seem like a supper kind of guy. And I'm anti-supper. I'm a dinner
No,
guy.
I'm a dinner guy. I'm a dinner guy. My family's a dinner family.
Really?
I feel
Yeah.
like it's another generational difference thing.
Yeah, my family's a dinner family. A lot of people say supper though. It's popular in Iowa, I think.
My only counter to that would be like I feel like grandparents say supper, and I can't get mad at any grandparents.
I do love grandparents.
But non-grandparents who say supper, I will get mad at them.
Yeah, I'm talking young folks. Young folks
Yeah,
that say supper.
yeah.
That's
You're
a red
28, 24, 18, and you say supper. Ooh, something you got a lot of things coming for you.
flag. Grow up.
Yeah,
It's called
grow
dinner.
up.
Yeah,
Be a grandparent already.
exactly. All right, Craig. It's been a blast. Josh, it's
This
been a
was great.
blast. Hopefully, you're listening to the last 3 minutes of the episode there once you logged off. So, this was Peaked in College episode 14. Thank you all for listening, especially you, Horse. We appreciate you, buddy.
Ciao, horse.
Yep. We're always open to feedback, comments, questions, concerns. If you have anything to contribute.
Yeah, if you want to be on the show, reach out to us. That'd be fun.
Yeah, reach out. We're trying to just fill the blanks here, get some guests on, and keep the show exciting for everybody. So let us know.
Sounds good. Thanks, David.
Yeah, thank you. Let's see if I can figure out how to stop this. All right. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.